Hi, I'm Arran, and today I have got the 2021 HASBRO Con exclusive Lightning Collection Pudgy Pig, and I absolutely love the style of the packaging. It's in the old 90s Lunchbox style, which I believe somewhere I do actually have my original. Don't ask me where, because I haven't got a clue. But I love the style of the old-fashioned pictures, and I've actually got the original artwork for this, I believe, and from when I brought all the artwork from the guy that worked for the company who did all the comics and stuff. So yeah, I love the front of this box. It just looks absolutely amazing. Now I'll turn the box round. Oh, there's nothing on the sides, as you can see, but they have a picture of Pudgy Pig on the back, the actual figure, not the one from the TV series, and telling you stuff about him. And yeah, that's the main Lunchbox style packaging, which I think HASBRO did a great job of. In fact, this whole figure's great, as you will see. But yeah, let's take it out of its sleeve and get on with the review, shall we? So, we have Pudgy Pig now out of the vintage Lunchbox packaging, which again, I love the packaging. Now, and I also love this figure. He has a massive mouth that opens really wide. And the thing I found out today, actually, which literally a couple of minutes ago, is he has tonsils, which is just crazy for a monster figure to have tonsils. But then he is a gnarly pig, so it shouldn't be a surprise, really. Now, I found out something really interesting about this, or about Pudgy Pig's suit, the other day, actually. Well, actually, I've known for a while, but I looked it up again the other day. How the stunt double saw through him in Mighty Morphin, because a lot of his footage, when he came back in, well, all of his footage, when he came back in episodes, and even when he first appeared, was American shot footage. And I know one of the stunt doubles, and he was in this suit, and he told me the way he could see out of this is through Pudgy Pig's mouth, which, if you look really closely, you can see like tiny little holes, and you can see like the eyes poking through, which sounds a bit weird, I know. And I'll turn him around. He has a little tail, which again, I love the fact they've given him a little tail. Again, he is really, really heavy. and well worth the price point, which is nearly 60 quid. But he is well worth the price point. Now, I know some people have said the price point is a bit steep for him, but the weight of him and how he's built and what he comes with is definitely worth the money. I'll tell you something funny, actually. The people that have said that, I don't know them, I'll just point that out, actually have brought this figure. So they're saying he's not worth the 60 quid price tag, but yet they've gone out and brought him and done the review. So that kind of makes no sense to me. So I'll show you his accessories. So the main thing I'll talk about is his little mohawk sort of brush thing. That's the only thing I can describe it as, to be honest. As you can see, it doesn't come attached to him. So you will have to attach that. But I haven't attached it yet because obviously I wanted to do the review first. And the reason I haven't attached it, and don't get me wrong, I will attach it in a bit, but the reason I haven't attached it is if you put it on there, it's not one of these things that'll come off again. It's on there permanently. So once it's on, basically. You can't get it off again. So I'll just warn you about that, guys. But yeah, they've nailed the colour. Looks absolutely fantastic. It's also quite sharp in some places on top here. Well, I say sharp, it's more spiky because of the way his top piece is meant to be. So, yeah, just warning you guys, once it's on, it's on. So, I wouldn't try and take it off again because you'll break it. Because I know from a friend of mine who told me once it's on, it's on. You will not get it off again. So, yeah, that's just me warning you about that. And you also get, and I'm going to have to hold these individually, you also get a knife and fork. This is the knife. Looks like a knife. Unfortunately, it hasn't got the serrated edges, but I kind of understand why they didn't do it because it's a toy. And also in the show, this should be kind of metallic silver, which it isn't. So I'm not sure yet. I may try and spray paint these to look how they do on the show. But this is the knife, which looks, again, fantastic. Now I'll show you the fork. This is the fork, which is the same colour as the knife. And again, they've done it so it's not very sharp. They have given it a little pattern up here, which I do like. But I will say as well, these are quite flexible, so they could break quite easily. So be careful, guys. So, done the knife and fork as you've just seen. Now we're on to the Hooves. Now, I've got to find out a way of holding these. There you go. These are the Hooves. Now this is a closed hoof. Now that sounds really weird saying that. And actually this is kind of like what you get with the regular Ranger figures. You can have one fist hand. Or in some cases you do get a set as well. And the other hoof is an open hand, which is, I think, supposed to be able to hold the food in one hand. And obviously, I'll pick him up again just to show you which ones he's got on him. He's got these hoofs on him, which kind of open hoofs again. A lot of people they'll say, why did you get the two sets of the same hands? But I think it's a good thing that they've done there. But yeah, they're the hoofs / hands, which again look perfect, like can't believe I'm going to say this, like normal pig hoofs. And he's actually even got hoofs for his feet there, which again looks fantastic. And for the accessory, for the food, he has so for the food he has nachos, which is here, and then he has a taco, which is a very small one actually, so it's difficult to hold. And then he has, and I'll show you this separately, he has what we think is a blueberry pie. And we're not 100% sure on that, but that's what we think it is because that colour inside. But again, we're not 100% sure on that. Actually, if anyone knows, leave that in the comments below and let me know, because I'd like to know. And you saw there was a bite missing out of the blueberry pie. Well, here's the bite out of it, which he can put in his mouth. Well, he can put the whole pie in his mouth. And if you wanted to, you can actually collect these back up, these two pieces back up, to look like a full one. And that's it for the food. Now, some people have said they wish he had more food, which I wouldn't have minded more food either, but see, the thing is, the more accessories you get, the more expensive it's going to be. And if you don't want to pay even the price this was, which I know some people didn't agree with the price for this, so if you don't want to pay the price this was, if they give you extra food, it's going to be more money. So it's like catch-22 on that. So it's just wait and see. wait and see. They might bring out a food pack with all the other foods he ate. Now, I do not know that for definite. This is just what I'm thinking, so don't quote me on that. It's just what I'm thinking. Because he did eat a whole lot more in the show. So I reckon they might bring a food pack out. But again, I do not know that for definite, so don't quote me on that. And also, don't message HASBRO and say, there's this reviewer saying that you might bring out a food pack, because I don't know. This is just what I'm thinking. So, anyway, on to the effects piece. Just kind of like a power bolt sort of thing, but green. Now this does go onto his knife or fork, which again, I think it's fantastic they've done that. Now, we have had this design before, but not this small. We've had it in a really large scale. I think it was for the Lord Draken, the Evo 3 actually. We got this design. And again, what I'm about to tell you isn't about this figure, and I don't know this for definite either. But I've heard from a couple of people I follow on Twitter and Facebook and that, I've heard that they may be bringing out an Evo 1 and an Evo 2 at some point. Now, again, I do not know that for definite, so don't go around saying I've told you that there's an Evo 3 or an Evo 1 or an Evo 2 coming. Evo mean the Lord Dragons. Because I do not know this, so don't quote me. Anyway, I'm gonna put on his effects pieces and stuff, and I'll be back. So, he has, he's heavy now. He has eaten all the food. As you can see, it's in his mouth, which I will, his mouth's open, so to be honest, some of the food does get stuck in him, and it just looks amazing with him with the food in his mouth. And another thing, he also has the knife and fork and the effects piece on his hand, and he has his mohawk piece on. Now, I'll say again, once that is on, it's on. You can't get that off again. Now, another thing I will say as well is when you push that on, you'd expect to hear a click. And it doesn't click. It just goes in. You don't hear any click at all. So, don't push it too hard that you might break your figure. Just once when you think it's in, give the mohawk a bit of a wiggle, because that way you will know whether it's so So yeah, he's holding his knife and fork. He's out on the food, and actually it's all over the place at the moment, so he looks very thrown up. But yeah, I love this thing, I absolutely do. And another thing I forgot to show you actually in the accessories is this backdrop you got with it, which is Ernie's juice bar, which would make for a great backdrop for dioramas or even him in front of it just for taking pictures. Because obviously, as you guys will know, he did go into Ernie's juice bar and eat all the food. And this is on a piece of card. It's really, really solid. You can't... Well, you probably could bend it if you tried, but I know no one would try. And looks absolutely amazing. And also, I'll turn it around to the back because I've got a funny feeling what's on the back could be the next thing to come. So, yeah, that could be great if that happens. So what is on the back is a little flask sort of thing, which again I did have, which I think I still might somewhere, but I have no idea where. But yes, I think this little flask or cup thing could be a sign of things to come, because I can't see why they would put something like this on the back if they weren't going to bring it out. Now, again, and I also know they're bringing them a lot more of these type of figures out, but I know he's the main one at the moment. And they did also release a standard release of him. So the standard release I didn't get, because basically it's the exact same figure, just shorter and with less accessories. And to be honest, I don't think it looks very nice, the standard release. Plus it doesn't come with this awesome backdrop. So all in all, yes, I think it's worth the money. So if you're a huge Power Rangers fan, or if, I recommend you go and pick this up. Now, he's still available on HASBRO Pulse UK, and if he is, I'll put the link down below. And I absolutely love him. Anyone that likes Power Rangers or Pudgy Pig or anything like that, I recommend you go and pick this up. Now, one thing I did see on HASBRO Pulse UK, once they're gone, they're gone. They're not making any more, because they were a con exclusive with limited amounts. And the con was last year, by the way, this came out. But yes, I did see when I went on there this morning, just before I came in here to do the review of this. I went on to their website to check whether they still had it in stock, which they do, but it does say there's a limited amount, and it also, yes, I will put the link down below in the description, so yeah, that's the end of this review. Thanks for watching.